you need to be diagnosed. So for those of you with fibro that still aren't diagnosed yet, get diagnosed. Get diagnosed. Okay. So this bit is simply condition. It says approximate start date, and when I've helped people with this, they seem to panic. It says approximate for a reason. Like, if it was years, just guess. Yeah, just put an approximate date in. So you don't need to put, it does say start date, right? You don't need to put the 1st of May 2007. Like, you don't have to put that. So I've done this many times, and they are quite happy with, like, it does say the example about 14 months ago. So for some people it's like about 10 years ago, about 8 years ago, about 5 years ago. Because I find that most people that claim this, you've been ill for a while, we're too stubborn, we don't help us, we don't make our lives easier because we don't want to admit we're struggling. So this, it's not about, it's not, you're entitled to this. I know I keep saying it, you're entitled to it. Okay, right. So let me shut up and fill this bit in. Okay, so I've put in this individual's medical issues. Now, for those of you with IBS, we put 30 years ago, but it wasn't really fully understood then, was it? So that's about when it happened, and it's obviously GP's got records of it. Now, 80% of us that deal with chronic illness suffer from depression and anxiety. Okay, so on this one, she's only recently spoke to her doctor, a GP, about it, so I've put the date there because it needs to be, this has to be on your medical files. However, I've put that it started a lot earlier. It's taken her a while to actually speak to her GP about it. Okay, so they don't really want the breakdown of detail like that, but it will come up in your assessment. In your assessment, they will go through all of this at the beginning of your assessment. Whether it's phone or face-to-face, they'll go through this detail with you, okay? Then we're moving on to meds. And it's got paracetamol here as the example. Paracetamol is a really good drug, right? Because it's, everyone's taken paracetamol at some point. So you put everything down, okay? Everything. Now, for those of you that don't have one of these, mine's so worn that I have to keep rewriting the letters on. If you don't have one of these, I've got my happy cow on mine because it makes me, every time I see it, it makes me smile. If you don't have one of these, but you take more than one tablet a day, or even if you take one tablet a day, get one of these. You will get points on your scoring system on PIP if you use one of these. Get one. And for those of you that suffer from fatigue, I guarantee if you're not using one of these, even if you are, you're probably missing some of your meds. It's no good if you're stashing all the boxes in your handbag that's the size of you could fit 2 weeks worth of holiday clothes in it if you're one of those handbags. You need these. You need them. Get one. And like on YouTube, you're not supposed to tell people what to do, but this is important. For this PIP claim, you need one. And for those of you that are probably missing some of your meds, which is screwing you up, you need one of those. Get one. So I've just been filling this bit out now. I thought I had all of the information here, but I actually don't. I haven't written down when it is, so I've got my little marker in there to cross-check when we finalise the form. For those of you with conditions like COPD or something with your lungs, or like fibro, you might be at the point where they haven't given you meds. So you've been diagnosed, but you haven't been given meds. Don't worry. A lot of people are in that situation where you're worried you're not going to get PIP because you aren't taking a lot of medication. That is not the point. That is not the point. The point is, does your illness impact your daily life? Yes. Anyone that's got chronic illness, it impacts your daily life. If that's it. Yes, you're entitled to PIP. So don't worry if you don't have much to go on the med page. Okay, don't worry about it. It's not gonna impact whether you get this or not. Oh yeah, so I've put this in because she's not taking them right now, but due to her COPD, she absolutely does take antibiotics and steroids multiple times through the year. So if you're in that situation, even though it's not current medication, write it down. because you'll need to talk to them. Because don't forget, this claim covers your life, and this covers you for 3 years. Okay? When you win this, it will cover you for 3 years. You won't have to go through this again for 3 years.